Welcome. I'm Hussein, and this is my third video in my cybersecurity project series. In this video, I will be walking you through an assessment, which is called Data Protection Impact Assessment, which I led that was focused on third-party risk and privacy governance in a fast-moving digital services environment. Project context was the organization was expanding into regulated sector like healthcare and energy, which specifically in oil and gas. They had policies in place for data security, but vendor processes and internal role-based permissions had not kept pace with growth. A recent incident had raised red flags. A role-based access configuration had mistakenly assigned executive level credentials to a mid-level employee. It was caught quickly, but it exposed how third-party integration and identity controls could quietly introduce risk. So my mission was to conduct a DPIA, map out privacy and security risks, and build a corrective roadmap that aligned with both data protection regulations and PCI DSS control objectives. So here the question comes, what was my role and responsibility in this project? I was serving as a lead GRC analyst, working across compliance, IT security, and vendor management teams. The work unfolded four series, though I would say the four phases. The first one was data mapping and process discovery. I interviewed process owners to trace how personal and financial data moved between the systems. Using SQL queries, I validated the data inventory matched in actual system activity and uncovered discrepancies like unlogged transfers from a third-party billing gateway. Risk identification. Each risk was documented in one of the tools that I mentioned before in my previous project, Excel-based DPIA register. It included data category, legal basis for processing, potential impact, likelihood score, existing safeguards, and recommendation mitigation. And the third point was workflow integration. I imported the register into the Archer using its privacy management module to assign risk owners and automate review workflows. And the fourth, validation and communication I built through Power BI dashboards to summarize risk heat maps and vendor risk ranking tailored for executive reporting. Vendors were pushing updates constantly. Internal teams wanted fast approvals. And after the RBAC incident, executives were understandably cautious. I needed to show that we could strengthen controls without slowing down the whole business. So I proposed a privacy by design light approach, embedding quick validation steps inside existing approval workflows instead of adding new work forms. This meant managers could approve vendor access only after a data impact checklist auto-generated through the workflow. That simple automation reduced approval time by 30% and while keeping compliance review intact. The tools that I used that you probably know by now, I have used in my previous projects: SQL to validate data transfer and flag any inconsistencies in access logs, Excel for initial DPIA register and scoring model, RSA Archer to manage privacy risks, assign ownership, and automate mitigation tracking, Power BI for executive level reporting and vendor risk visualization, and then the PCI DSS and ISO 27701 to align controls requirements with the privacy obligations, and then RBAC policy simulation, a test environment where we replicate the credential assignment error and validate the fix before deploying it live. So together, these tools turn a manual compliance task into a transparent, auditable process. The DPIA assessment surfaced 15 key risks, 5 of them tied to vendor data handling transparency. 4 of them were related to the excessive internal access permissions, 3 to weak encryption on legacy exports, and 3 to incomplete audit logging. In 2 months, 11 of those risks were resolved. The RBAC issue was eliminated through an automated identity reconciliation script, and vendor access approvals were fully migrated into the Archer workflow. As a result, access control violations dropped. And I'm going to be specific with this from the percentage wise. So it was dropped to 42% in the first quarter. So all third-party vendors passed the next compliance audit without exception, which was a huge accomplishment. And then the organization achieved full alignment with PCI DSS process requirement, 7 on restricted data access. So what was the lesson learned and my advice? This project taught me that privacy and security are not separate domains. They are parallel trust systems. Technology can fix errors, but it's communication that prevents them. For project managers working in data protection, here's what I learned. Use workflow tools like Archer to make accountability visible. People protect what they can see. Treat vendors as partners, not as checkpoints. Their compliance is part of our own. Always validate least privilege, not just once, but every time roles or integration change. Once misassigned role reminded us that human error can move faster than any firewall, but structured governance can close the gap. In the closing, this engagement reinforced something I deeply believe. Data protection is ultimately about stewardship, not control. When privacy is embedded into process design, we don't just meet standards, we build trust. We show our team, our vendors, and our that security is not just a checkbox, it is a shared responsibility. And when governance is clear, people don't just follow, they believe in it. That's the kind of impact I'm for in every project. Thanks for watching and for giving me the space to share what this work truly means.